I'm in a bubble. Hey, who'd you talk to? What the hell is going on? It is me, Mike Clifford King, Michael. This is Legit Fantasy Football brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. It is still somehow early October. It's October 13th, 2024. 1013-2024. Mathematically, we do something with that if we were geeks enough. Joining me as always, Brother Ray. Let us get out of the bubbles, please, Ray. Please.
Yeah, what's with the bubbles? It's just circular,
I feel like the bad is bad. So how are you, Ray?
Doing great. Getting ready for some football today. A lot of things going on, man, in the league.
I'll tell you what, a lot of things going on in the league. That's first off, right? Second off, a lot of really weird spreads. Like there's a couple that I don't even believe. So that's where I'm at with that. And then thirdly, I have to comb my eyebrows. Joining us, Mastradamus. What's up, M1? You're on mute. You're on mute. I know you are. I know you're on mute.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Still is. Still on mute. Still. Try now.
Hey!
Hey, all right. Glad you could join us there, Matt.
Good morning, gentlemen. Talking about weird lines. I'm a guy who's primed to talk about weird stuff.
I thought you were about to say, speaking of lines, I was just blown a rail. Like, what the heck? Joining us is Captain Picard. What's up, Sean?
Hey, well, I'm Billy Mays.
We lost control, and we haven't even started.
Come on, Sean. Happy Drake May Day, buddy.
Oh, he's going to get murdered
Drink
today.
May Day. Happy Drink May Day. I like that.
Yeah, they're gonna be calling Mayday all day. Mayday. We need a new quarterback.
I like Drake May.
Yeah, I would like him behind another line.
You know what's great about this show is we're real time, and King has always stressed that over the years. We're as real as it comes, and we do a draft day. You've seen the way I was when Mac Jones was selected. Everyone knew how I felt about it. I didn't want to see it. When we watched the Cam Newton, we watched the Mac Jones era. I'm so happy to say now we have a different quarterback at Drake May. I believe in him, but I do not believe that this is the day that they should be starting him. But it doesn't matter. Get him in there. See what he's got. Throw him in there. Let's go. That team is so dreadful. Let's go.
The bad news here is too. Let them play. No, I think he's going to be really well, Drake May. And speaking on offensive lines, I can tell you this much. Just try to get Jermaine Illumino next year. It'll make the line better. That's what I've learned as a football player.
King, the Patriots are so bad, right? They're like, they'll take Travis Henry. First of all, Travis Henry's like, I'll take $40 million to stay right here.
I'll take a pay cut.
All right. So let's go over some rules. We all pick the games. We go through them. If there's one of those things we all agree, we know what that's called. We'll describe that later if it happens. Let's begin. Raymond, we'll start with you. The Chargers, we should be like the Jaguars are traveling in England to play the Bears. The Jaguars are favored by whatever, and the Bears are up 14-3. Who do you like? No, right. The Chargers, no matter where they are, where they're from, they're still the Chargers. San Diego Chargers in my book. They're favored by 3 at the Denver Broncos. Favored by 3 at the Denver Broncos. The over-under was 36. Now, my lines might be a day off, so I got to make sure I double-check that because this is as of yesterday. The Chargers. What are the Chargers now?
-3.
So same
I think it's still -3, King.
Same thing. Over-under dropped a little bit, but 36. Ray, who do you like?
Two teams that are just pathetic, and there are a lot of matchups like that this week with two teams games that you really would normally stay away from because they're just two pitiful teams. But I have to go with Denver here. I got to say, I think the Chargers are pathetic. They got a lot of injuries. Dobbins has cooled down a bit. They just haven't shown me anything. I mean, Denver too is up and down with Bo Nix, but their defense has been, I think, really stepped up and played a lot better. especially their secondary. I'm going to take Denver in this one, getting the 3 points.
Right. Really quickly, I'm just going to agree with you, get my take out of the way, because looking at these teams, I'm not convinced San Diego's better. And then San Diego's favored 3 at Denver? No, I'll take Denver with the points. Matt?
This is a dangerous game to pick. Real dangerous game to pick. But I'm a dangerous guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous. I'm going to go to the other side because of one reason only. They're going to be able to penetrate that D line with the run. They're going to frustrate the Broncos a little bit. Broncos had 2 solid outings in a row, but what we seen last week was Bo and Sean Payton telling each other how much they love each other on the sideline, because there's issues on that side.
But Bo is right.
So I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I'm going to take Justin Herbert because he's there.
All right, but Bo is right. That coach's play sucked. He's got him a fucking touchdown. Sean?
Yeah, so the Chargers, they're based on a passing game, and Denver has the second best passing defense. Plus, you're playing in that Rocky Mountain high air where we like to get that Grateful Dead going and get high, baby. So you got to take those points and you got to keep trucking. You know who I'm going with. I'm going with those Broncos.
All right, with the Broncos. Let's go, Matt. We'll start you with this one. Pittsburgh is traveling to, and again, I'm going to, 21 3 Bears. Someone just scored. Keenan Allen. All right.
Welcome back.
Caleb Williams. I just happen to be playing Caleb Williams against him in fantasy football because Dave horseshoe up his ass. Won't say his last name. You go to our league and look for points against. He's always the lowest fucking kid year after year with points against. You don't
got a big bomb.
You don't play defense in fantasy football. You can't stop people from scoring. He doesn't call.
What's the score there, guys?
Hey, start this guy.
21-3.
It was great defense. I'm sorry. Matt, I digress. Pittsburgh favored by 3 at the Raiders. Who do you like?
It's crazy because it should be Pittsburgh all day, but there's problems. Russell Wilson is active for the first time this season. You got Justin Fields doing just enough to get by, but it's not enough. They need to see some progress from the playmakers, and they know they're not getting it from Justin Fields. It's great if you got Justin Fields as a quarterback and you know he could run it in for a couple every game, but I think that Russell Wilson's going to make an entrance in this game, and I think it's because their offense is going to be stuttering, and I think that you have the Raiders playing for keeps and playing for a victory, and they're going to find it some way, somehow. There's a big injury in the Raiders, and it's Jacoby Myers. So if you got Trey Tucker, start him up big time. He's going to be soaking up the targets and attention today. I like Trey a lot, and I don't know how the Raiders get it done, but they do.
I got to be honest. What you just said made me want to pick the Steelers because you painted a picture of how the Raiders have nobody playing for them, aren't very good. And then you're like, and Pittsburgh's going to switch quarterbacks mid-game, and then that's why my team's going to win. That's so many what ifs. That's like filling out one of those, right?
Well, King, I would agree with you. If Russell Wilson was getting a lot of the reps and he was up to par, but he's coming off the bench after sitting for a few weeks, really injured. I mean, he could do it, and it could be Pittsburgh looking good on the offensive side and making all the Pittsburgh fantasy owners happy for the rest of the year. That could happen. I just don't know if it's this quick.
So listen, Russell may not come back as physically gifted, but if he were to play, he still can read defenses and 1, 2, 3 drop, throw the ball.
Fact.
That's all I'm saying. So Ray, who do you like?
I love Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson's not going to start. This is Fields' team right now. He's going to be the backup today. Pittsburgh gets Jalen Warren back. I do like Aiden O'Connell. I think he's played well when he's come in to relieve, Minshew over there. But I like Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh's the better team, the better defense. Vegas lost Wilkins. He's out, so that's a big loss on the defensive line. It's weird. There's so much here to like with Pittsburgh, and the line's only 3. So this is one of those crazy lines that makes you think. But I have to go with Pittsburgh here. They're the much better team. I like what Fields has been doing. I'm going to take Pittsburgh here.
Sean.
It's the fall. And all of a sudden, you just get the feeling like the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the old Big Ray.
I think this is the push game of the week. And, but I agree with Brother Ray. It's Fields' team. He does enough on his feet to get it done today. I think Pittsburgh ends up taking it with the help of a healthy Warren.
So, Matt, I got to agree with them, and I got to tell you why. First off, yours is really like I have to believe that someone's going to get replaced, that I don't think is going to get replaced this game. And then I have to believe that no Devontae Adams, no Jacoby Myers, that the Raiders are going to be this like.
They've been playing without Devontae Adams all year.
I'm just saying. Now you added a second guy that they're playing without. That's 2.
Max Crosby might actually hand Fields his head back. You might need this. Russell, come on in.
I'm just saying, dude, I got to go. I would have to go with Pittsburgh. All right.
Let's go.
So then, Sean.
Yes.
Atlanta is playing Carolina. I have Atlanta at 6.5. I don't know what it is now. It's 6. I had it 6.5 over under 47. Who do you like in this game?
Well, it's a recurring theme for the 3rd straight week. Chubba Hubba Bubba Hubbard stays hot. And how hot? Let's say 5.5. We're going with the moneymaker. 5.5 today, ladies and gentlemen. In case you haven't heard, I've put you on. This show only would tell you about it. 5.5 is red hot. 19 5-1 teams that are 5.5 or more underdogs. Just follow the money. Stay with this show. You'll make yourself some money. That's right. So that's why 5.5 going with Carolina.
Going Carolina. Okay. Ray.
I have the spread at 6. Atlanta -6. I have to say I really like Atlanta. I think they proved themselves last week against a really good, sneaky Tampa Bay team. I mean, you got to like what Cousins is doing. The defense hasn't been great, but on offense, what's not to like? I have to take it. I have to take Atlanta here. I mean, Carolina's getting Johnson back, so that helps. But I'm gonna go. It's under 7. I'm gonna take Atlanta, given the 6 on the road.
All right. So Matt.
Yes.
Atlanta and Carolina. So
yes,
Atlanta is definitely a better team, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are they on the road and win by 7, more than 7 type of team?
More than 7. I don't know what you get. Where you getting 7?
6.
I mean, I'm asking. Touchdown. Can they win by more?
Well, this is where I'm at, right? Because I'm with Captain. I've seen this at 5.5. I've seen it at 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with Carolina at anything after.
Yeah, I mean, like, all right, so I get that. But all right. But what if the case is it's 5.5 or 6.5, right? But the other team is just better. Like, Atlanta, definitely at least a touchdown. Like, if they were going to play a game anywhere, I think Atlanta wins by 7. Like, I would think.
I think Atlanta's feeling themselves, and they're working it out, and they're becoming an offensive juggernaut, right? I do believe that's happening, but they still have their hiccups. They still have their issues. Bijan's dealing with a hamstring. I don't think you can really rely on him to be the workhorse that they're going to need to exploit the run defense of the Carolina Panthers. But I do think that the Panthers can kind of keep up with them. I think Deontay Johnson's going to have a field day. And then I think you're going to see Xavier kind of shine. He's kind of taking over. I do believe there's a game where Carolina keeps up with Atlanta. I think Atlanta can keep them in there.
Ray, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is the 1-4 Carolina Panthers we're talking about, though, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like the team like Atlanta came up again. I gotta go with Atlanta. I don't understand how Carolina. I don't know why you would pick one of the worst teams in the league. It's like,
I believe first of all, it's a divisional game. 2, Carolina has already shown that it can hang with some teams. It hung with Cincy. It can score. It got sick on itself last week, if we remember that performance. But I don't think that's going to deter a team that's already kind of rock bottom. They're just looking for something. But if you're asking me about Atlanta, right?
yep.
I don't think that they're ready to make that push to the top echelon, and there's some hurdles to get there. And I think that they need to be reminded who they are from time to time. And this was perfect game to show them that they're not there yet. And I think that Carolina is going to smack them a few times.
Matt,
Carolina, you get Carolina scoring
Matt,
17, 21 points.
Matt,
You got to ask, is Atlanta going to score 28, 31, 35?
Matt, can you see the questioning right over your face?
yeah.
All right. Good morning. Wait. Good morning. Pick one to start in the flex, please. McLaurin, C. Brown, could be Charlie, or Tolbert. Last Ravens game seems like a fluke and symbol. I think they put a pressure on the rookie QB today. Raymond?
Yeah, that's I mean, I think he's right. I think the rookie is gonna come crashing down to earth today with Baltimore. I think their defense will figure him out. But having said that, I think Washington's going to be behind and they're going to have to throw the ball. Although I really think Zach Ertz is going to be the beneficiary. I would say it's between McLaurin and Brown. I mean, Tolbert has played better, and I think that's going to be another situation where they're throwing the ball. Brown is injured. I know they're saying he's going to play, but he is injured. For that very reason, I would probably have to say McLaurin. If he wasn't injured, I would say Brown, because I think he's starting to really erupt and take over the backfield over Moss. But I'd have to say you have to start McLaurin.
Gentlemen, are you in agreement with what Ray just said?
Yeah, McLaurin. I think Baltimore, Washington is going to be a shootout today.
I think all three of those options are very good. I think that Tolbert is going to be lights out too. So, but I honestly agree with Brother Ray said. I wouldn't fear starting Chase Brown, though. I think he's going to play through, and I think he's going to shine. I think he's going to be better than Zach Moss.
He's definitely better than Zach Moss. Definitely.
You know what I can't get is that if a player is like questionable, right? They're questionable. They're like, I don't know if I can do this. The minute they hit the field, they're full speed, no problems, running like gazelles. Like, does that work for you, Sean? Because if I feel questionable, if I tell the wife, like, I don't know if I can go, my back hurt, it's not like all of a sudden we go shopping and I'm like going down the aisles and I'm putting stuff in the carriage, like I can move all of a sudden. Right? Wrong? Raymond? We split on that one. So we're going to move on to the next game. I'm going to stop this one because it involves a team from the NFC East, and I am the NFC East. Detroit travels to the city of Dallas. Detroit is favored by 3. Over under is 52.5, which is 52.5 for everybody else that's on Geek. Okay. Dallas is a wreck, right? They're a wreck. They really are. But I think they can beat Detroit. I think this is the game that the Cowboys all of a sudden, like, they show the fact that look at all the wide receivers we have on the friggin' field. Look what we can do. Like, they got a pass rush I haven't seen. I don't know. Detroit's – I like Dallas. I think Dallas at home getting points, like in this type of game, heads are going to roll if they lose this game because they're already in a free fall. And I think they got enough veterans and enough quality players. Well, that's what we go with. Hey, what's up there, Victor Bevilacqua and John Scott?
Hey.
So Raymond, I'm going to start with taking. I hate picking them too. This is the worst part. Is you guys have no idea. I hate this. Cowboys +3. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I got to go with Detroit here. I'm going to take the better team, the better offensive line, the better defense right now. I just think Dallas, I mean, you said it. They are a wreck. And I don't think home field matters for this team. I don't think it matters for them anymore. I just like Detroit's attitude. I think, Jameson Williams is playing better. Goff seems he's comfortable. They're running the ball down people's throats. You're going to see that today. Dowdle's been playing better for Dallas, but that defense, it's not the same team as last year. Without that defense, people are doubling Lamb and the other people trying to get involved. But I like Detroit here. I think they're the better team on both sides of the lines.
All right. I'm going to go over to Sean next. In case you guys are wondering about the change in format, it's quite simple. We do the 4 o'clock games first. So that way the people that really want to watch and find out and bet quickly can be watching as we do the 1 o'clock games second. Just a change in programming. We have a new program director from Chicago. He's been pretty good. Herb Ebner. He's a good guy, old guy. Used to be on radio in Chicago. He does all the production. So to finish this up, Sean, what do you like, Detroit or Dallas?
Well, I'm going to be rooting tooting because we got a shootout at the OK Corral today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good old-fashioned shootout. I'm going to like it. But Dallas's defense is a little too beat up. So Detroit's going to be taking this one. So put away your Yosemite Sam mud flaps because the Lions are going to be tearing it up.
Didn't it say what? Keep riding?
Back off, I think it was.
Back off. What was the one that was like keep driving or keep riding? I don't know. Ray, you remember the 70s. Can you help us out here? Was it keep driving or keep riding on the mud flaps that you guys just loved? Remember what, Ray? BJ and the Bear? Come on. Your favorite show? You remember?
Keep trucking.
I remember the CB talk, but I don't remember anything about mud flaps.
Yeah.
Ray, it was even in the Akinelli song.
Breaker.
Ray, what was your CB handle?
I don't know. You know what? I don't remember what it was. I did have one though. We all had one back in the 70s.
And I think that's a lie, the first part. All right. We're like Detroit or Dallas. Detroit's favored by 3.
Me?
Yeah, you, Matt.
This is crazy because and we will break 19 for a radio check over. This is Eagle Eye, all eyes clear on the highways. We're asking if there's any outlaws out there we need to be visual of on the streets. So anyway,
I like how you get
the NFC.
Too.
Say it again.
Nothing.
The NFC Whisperer has Dallas, right? And he's keeping us from a lock, which really scares me because I do believe that Detroit wins outright, right? But the spread is 3. There's something significant to that. The best O-line, problems on the defensive side for Dallas. If there's a place that I can envision in my mind where Dallas wins, it's over the top, which they can. I believe Tober has a day. I do see this game being close. I see a lot of points being scored. This is one that I would stay away from. I tread lightly on this game. I will go with Detroit, but I could feel uprising with Dallas.
All right. So for the 4 o'clocks, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a consensus pick. Okay, Raymond, moving on. The Commies travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 6.5 on what I have. I don't know what it's changed to now. Yes, it's still 6.5. I'll let you go first, Ray. Even though I'm the whisperer, I'll still let you go first.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is playing at a historic rate right now, and I think this is the game where he either proves everybody wrong, or he comes crashing down to earth, and then we say, okay, we move on. But he's a great player. But Baltimore is really good in these situations. Harbaugh is really good in these situations. They know, having a running quarterback on their team already. They know what to do against quarterbacks like this. I love them at home today. I have it at 6.5. So if it's at 6.5, I have to take the Ravens. I think Daniels will still have a good fantasy day. The Ravens give up a lot of passing yards, and especially to the tight end. So Zach Ertz is a great start today. But I'm gonna take Baltimore given 6.5. Yeah, I just think they're the better team right now, and they know how to handle rookie quarterbacks in these situations. So, but I love the under. I think the under in this is one of the bets of the day right here. 51.5 under all day.
Yeah, this is a game where I would, if I'm a fan of Jaden Daniels, I don't want him running as much today against this defense, because they are the type of defense that will hit you. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the real hits, and that's something he wants to avoid. So, Sean, who do you like in the Commies versus the Ravens? Ravens favored by 6.5.
Well, I'll tell you this, sweeping the NFL right now is our red fever for Jaden Daniels, who not only should be arrested for being a communist, but also
plays for the Commies. I mean, he plays for the Commies, so I get the way you made the joke.
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, Daniels should be considered for MVP, not for Rookie of the Year right now.
He's on pace. Yeah, he's on pace.
He's on pace. Yeah, but so that'll be a storyline. But anyways, yeah. I don't know if you know this, but it's 6.5, and there's a magic number coming. 5.5.
Wait a minute, Captain. There's some losses on those 5.5s. You don't just jump on every single one of them. This is what I'd say, tread lightly. Tread lightly.
I have a caveat to that coming up.
Well,
stay tuned.
I'm going to go with what I'm going to echo what Brother Ray said, because and I'm not saying that Jaden Daniels is not going to be what he is, but this is right around the time when they have a lot of tape. Like to see what he likes to do, take away what he likes to do, get into those areas where he performs and tends to percentage-wise go towards. So I do think that the Ravens are going to be probably the biggest test that he's faced yet. And I don't think it's bad if he fails it. I think the world of the kid. I do take the Ravens here with the points. I think Washington gets a little reality check today. And I also echo the under.
So 2 for the Ravens, 1 for the Commies so far, right? As the NFC East, I've been wrong with the Commies for the last couple of weeks. They're the one team out of the 4 that I can get wrong. But I was talking about how teams were trying to gather up tape on Daniels for last week. But it takes like a really good defensive coordinator and a really good defense to be able to digest what they see him doing. Maybe they rush 3, have like a spy, and drop back people into more of a zone, make it so the kid has to run forward and get hit, right? I would think that the Redskins, whoever the main running back is today, should get a lot of yards, because I would treat them like Jim Kelly and the Bills in the Super Bowl. I would let them run up front. I would let them run up front. I don't want him out of the pocket. I don't think I want him running around throwing on the run. I don't like that. That's where he's really good at stuff. So I want to keep that kid in the pocket, make them run, slow it down. And I think the Ravens can do that. So I think the Ravens win by 7. I think the Ravens, they're just a better team. First of all, the Ravens offense, right? If Lamar decides to throw, the Redskins secondary is horrendous.
But let's also say one thing, Mike, the king, as I will. Dean Pease got brought back to Baltimore because that defense is not good. Everyone thinks Baltimore's defense is Ray Lewis's defense. This is not. This defense has a lot of holes in it, especially when you get past the defensive line. So they bend but don't break, but still, it's there's a lot of holes that could.
Captain, don't get fooled, Captain. Now, just because Cincinnati dropped like 80 points on him, Joe Burrow's got the glow. Okay, Jaden Daniels doesn't have the glow.
Only one person.
You know what he does have? 5.5.
So, all right. So what we split on that. We're gonna go with Matt to start this one. Matt, the Cardinals are traveling to Green Bay. Let me see and make sure that it's the same. It's 5.5. Green Bay is favored by 5.5. Over under is 47. Who do you like in this game?
Is Jair Alexander playing? Does anybody know?
Oh, I don't.
It's such a night and day defense for Green Bay and what they're capable of do. I believe he is, and I'm going to go with Green Bay with 5.5 because he's that good.
All right. Ray, Green Bay favored by 5.5 over Arizona. Who do you like?
Yeah, I like Green Bay. I think Green Bay is one of the better teams in the league. I think they've proven it on both sides of the ball. I like Jacobs. I like what he's doing. I like, obviously, the quarterback is playing at a high level. Turn the ball over a little bit, but Arizona's just too up and down. They had a big win last week. Again, we talked about it last week. You know, when you think they're going to lose, they come back with a dramatic victory. I do like their coach. So this is a close game, but it's under 7. So I'll go with the home team here at 5.5, given the points. And I actually like the under in this game too.
47, yeah. Sean, we're at 5.5.
Well, the Arizona Citalopram, the bipolar team of the league, is just killing me. And though it is 5.5, it's October 13th. Strange days are ahead. So I'm going to go against 5.5. Football gods, be gentle. I'm taking Green Bay. They got everybody back. Got to go with Green Bay when they're all healthy and at home.
Okay.
Lambeau Field.
So I'm happy that we all picked this game because on my my different colored paper that I need for my my ADHD, OCD, whatever else other initials you want to call it, type mind, I can focus on colored paper. Green Bay was one of my picks of the week. Like I'm like only 5.5, huh? Cardinals are garbage fire. Green Bay's gonna win by a good 10 points at least. So I'm taking Green Bay minus 5.5, which makes it our very first lock of the day, gentlemen.
Yay.
Hey, yeah, like a crank yankers. There's some that you can't even watch anymore that they won't show on TV of certain characters, but they were so funny, but it was just wrong, but right. All right, Maddie, did I start with you last time? All right, Sean.
Yes.
The Texans are traveling to New England. And the Texans are favored in my book right here by 7. Oh, it's 6.5 now, Sean. It is now 6. Everybody, hey, Herb, and mine, 6.5.
I just talked to Herb off camera, and he said, "Hey, Mike, let me tell you something about the Patriots. They're the worst freaking team in the league." And I told you, Miami fans, Miami, you have it lucky. New England is atrocious. Expialidocious atrocious. And, yeah, so here's the caveat to 5.5 is the New England Patriots. If you take the New England Patriots out, you go 15, 3-1. So I'm not going with the Patriots ever, ever, ever. They are a terrible franchise right now. Sorry, Mr. Kraut, our most holy. But we're taking the Houston Texans.
Okay, Sean. Matt, do you agree as a Patriots fan?
It's so tough to say because this game could go two ways. You got the Patriots when Tom Brady pulls down in, they had the remnants of a team that had it to pull it together. They had a good O-line and a great defense. This team doesn't have that. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do to reset the locker room, get people to play. I don't see a way that this New England team stays within 7. I think they probably lose by 10. I do think it's going to be kind of tough, hard-fought game. I just don't see how they're going to keep it close. Give me the Houston Texans and give me the under. The Patriots are only projected to score 16 points. It's not like it's going to provide that much of a spark. So what, you're gonna hope that you keep the Texans under 20? I don't see that happening. Right. I don't see that happen. Give me the
Texans.
Give me the Texans minus the 7.
Right. Dylan Fink.
Hey, Dylan.
Need help. Full PPR, 2 flex. A Pierce at Tennessee, Wicks versus Arizona, Bateman versus Washington. I sort of lean Wicks/Bateman, simply BC. I trust their QBs more/they should be high-scoring games. Flacco is starting.
Yeah, I to be honest with you, I like Wicks there a lot. The problem with the Colts is Tennessee's like the top-rated pass defense in the league. So I like Wicks here. I like Wicks here a lot. Wicks got targeted a lot last week. He didn't show in the box score, but he's getting those targets and he's getting the reps. So I would take Wicks here in a shootout. I definitely Wicks. Tennessee's got a really good pass defense.
The only thing, if I could, is that when you look at the other side, Indy's pass defense is atrocious, which means they're going to have to pass and pass and pass and pass and pass. So therefore, though their Tennessee's defense's backfield is tremendous, Pittman's out. So they're going to have to throw to somebody.
No.
Pittman and Downs both playing.
Pittman's in?
Yeah,
Pittman and Downs.
All right, well, you know what?
Scratch that. Reverse it.
Scratch it. Reverse it. Mike is right. Brother Ray is even more righter.
I do that all the time in my life. Scratch that. Reverse it. Sean, you took it. Matt, you took it. Ray, who do you like? Texans favored by 6.5 at New England.
Everybody watched that game last week. If any, I'm sure the league watched that game too. Those are the 2 worst teams in the league. It may have been the worst game I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of bad games and a lot of bad teams. The Dolphins are pathetic. The Patriots are worse than pathetic. And I don't know how you define that. I don't know if there's a word for that. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like Mayday, he's not the second Tom Brady. Let's get that out of our heads right now. This should be a beatdown from the start. I can't believe it's just 6.5. You have to take Houston here. Given the points, is a no-brainer. And go ahead.
The funny thing is, you shouldn't say he's not Tom Brady. It's almost more like he doesn't have Tom Brady's offensive line. Do you know what I mean?
Even if it was Tom Brady,
but still, that gives him a chance. Is what I'm saying.
You put Tom Brady behind this team on this team. I don't think that they win this game.
Brady want to be traded if he's on this team right now. He'd be like, I'm not going out there and ruining my face. Not for this.
Yeah, but he's not Drew Bledsoe. He's not. He's a good quarterback, but he's not upper echelon, and he doesn't. Rookies don't do quick reads, so he's not going to go to his checkdowns. They don't even have a check down. Who is he going to throw to? Douglas. So with that offensive line, he's going to get hurt today.
So Ray, you also went with the Texans. I myself have to go with the Texans because the Patriots are not very good. And one thing though, before I say this, Matt, how many years did you watch the Patriots for? Years, right? You're on mute. Many years. He's talking about out the window. But Ray, didn't he just talk about how he used to watch the Patriots? Didn't he just reminisce about that? Didn't you hear him? And then don't you also remember him telling you he was the main number 1 Dolphins fan like a week or 2 ago?
He was. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm sure you remember both these things. I'm going with the Texans that makes it. In case you guys didn't read that, it said it's a lock. So that's the second lock of the day, the Texans. Let's go Bucks, New Orleans. If the spread is still where I saw the spread at, let me see. Did it change from last night? because it could have changed dramatically. Is it still 3.5?
I got it at 3.5.
All right, perfect. I'm going to go first. This game, I didn't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. Do they think that the Saints are going to replace Derek Carr with somebody that's going to – I like the Bucs in this game so much. And I'm like, maybe I'm overseeing something, but I don't understand this spread. I don't understand it at all. I'll take the Bucs minus 3.5. Right?
Let me just say this right now, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but Derek Carr doesn't get his job back. Spencer Rattler is going to come in today, and he's going to absolutely kick it. This kid was one of the highest-rated recruits coming out of high school in the history of college football from Arizona. This kid had a great preseason. He's a winner. He commands a huddle.
Spencer Rattler. Brother Ray, I'm so glad that you're saying this. He should have been a first-round pick. He went from Oklahoma to South Carolina. He was up there with all the names. He is a baller. We're going to have relevance with Chris Olave and all of the wide receivers of the Saints today. Take the Saints straight up money line. It's my favorite. This is a lock. Take the Saints all day.
Yeah, I like the Saints too. I was going to say I like the Saints too. I think he's going to bring the spark. There's a reason why they put this kid in. Hayner finished the game last week, but they put this kid in, and I don't think Derek Carr gets his job back. I love the Saints here at home.
Let me ask you something, Sean. Bucs Saints game, right? Do you see it being physical? These two teams, the way they play, they don't like each other. You see the hits being a little bit more than usual. Sean?
When you talk about Carr, Carr's been sacked so many times. Rattler is going to get sacked even more.
Okay, right there.
So,
stop it. How much does Rattler weigh? What's he listed at?
Well,
which is always
let me say.
What's he weigh?
Let me just say one thing though. Rattler was one of the top 5. I saw this. I heard this actually on NFL radio last night. Rattler was one of the top 5 college quarterbacks in being sacked last year, and he still put up great stats, and he still stayed in games. So he's not afraid to get sacked. He's one of those quarterbacks that isn't, like a Favre type. So Rattler's tough.
If that's the case, all right, here's what I want to say to you. If that's the case, if you're telling me he's more of a fight for an extra yard type tough quarterback, he won't play 3 games. He won't make it through 3 games. He's never been hit by a pro football player. He's 200
No,
pounds.
I agree with you.
His head out. We've seen this happen every single time when they try to extend the play and you're 200 pounds. I'm 255. Here I come. I hit one thing, it's gone. So I'm going to stick with I'm staying. I don't like that. I didn't like the kid. The Giants are trying to figure out a quarterback. And just looking at that kid, because I'm a Giants fan. We look at quarterbacks every offseason. That's what we do. I didn't like that kid at all. I like Drake May, but I think this kid at 200 pounds, the fact that he likes to fight for yards.
Oh, he can whip it. That kid can zip the ball, man.
I'm not saying he can't. I mean, there's a reason he was such the highest high school recruit. But there's also a reason why he also didn't become the top college quarterback, because kids mature and get bigger and men become faster, and then it gets kind of crazy. So, all right, Sean, you were going with?
Yeah, well, with all that being said, I think Rattler's going to keep it close, but I think in the end, Tampa Bay has too much. Tampa Bay is going to win.
So me and Sean go with Tampa. Ray and Matt go with New Orleans. See, it's weird when you bet on the unknown. Every time there's a new quarterback that comes in, it's a tough call because you're going on what you think is going to happen with him. You have no concrete evidence of what's going to happen when he's in an NFL game, but you go by your gut or what you think. So that's what makes it weird for me. Maddie, Cleveland is traveling. This game right here. Holy crap! Would I not go see this twice? Cleveland traveling to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is favored by 9.5 by my spread as of yesterday. They could have changed. No, it's 9 now, but I had it 9.5. We'll call it 9. Who do you like?
I seen it at 8.5. I would take it at 9.5 too. I like Philly all day in this game. I think that offense is so putrid in Cleveland. It's more than just the bad subpar playing of Deshaun Watson. It's the play calling. They could actually run the ball against Philly today. They're probably not gonna. They're just gonna keep on passing the ball, which they are abysmal at doing. So I think Philly is not what we really think of when we think of Philly normally. I think we would like to think of them as one of the top echelon teams, but they get it done today against a very bad Cleveland team.
I'm going to say this: Cleveland and Philly, right? Right? As I kick over to you, Matt likes Philly. Now, if Philly played like Philly should play, they're easily a 10-point better team than Cleveland is. However, something's still wrong with Philly. And as NFC East whisperer, I'm telling you that coach is going to go. There's something just not going right. Again, you lose your center, and suddenly your quarterback can't make reads. But Cleveland's also a mess. So it's like, don't you think just having Saquon Barkley should be enough to win by 3 touchdowns against Cleveland? Like just give him the ball. Like, shouldn't that be enough? But I'm still worried. Ray, what do you think about this spread?
I'm very worried about this game. I'm extremely worried. On paper, with Brown and Smith back, they should roll over. I mean, the Browns are a complete dumpster fire. The coach has been peppered all week. When you're going to sit Watson? My worry is that the first series, Jameis Winston comes in, and if Winston comes in, this is a different ball game. I'm telling you, Amari Cooper becomes better. Njoku's playing today. He becomes a weapon. I'm worried about this game. I would stay away from this game. If you're going to press me, I'd have to take Philly, but Cleveland could very well win this game today. Jameis Winston coming in off the bench. We've seen this happen before.
This whole game is a conundrum. It makes no sense.
Philly's bad. They have a bad coach. He's just bad. Bad football.
But it's like they should win by that much, right? It's just like they were supposed to be the best NFC East team, right? NFC team, right? Them and the 49ers. They're supposed to be up there, right? Philly again? Up there. And we're worried about them. Sean, who do you like?
Well, I could not agree with both of you more. It's maddening, this game. However, from what I've seen, Watson, when he plays with Njoku, he's a different quarterback. I don't know why. Njoku doesn't put up like great stats, but it's almost like it's his safety blanket, like it's his whoopee from Mr. Mom. Like he has these special powers when he's there where he can keep games close. So because of that, I'm taking Cleveland, and I'm sticking with our 5.5 rule.
You're doing it wrong.
That's true. Yes, it is. You gave the baby chili.
Herb, clean up. And Herb, I wasn't even in aisle 3.
I wasn't even in.
All right. So, Sean, you went with Cleveland. See, guys, I'm so stuck on this because what Brother Ray said at the end is the most true thing that I can't get past. Yes, Philly should win by more than 9.5. Of course they should. But they could lose this game. And the fact that I have both of those in my head makes me stay away from this game. I would personally not play this game. 9.5 is a weird spread. And you don't know what you're going to get. But if pressed, I would have to take Philadelphia only, again, because they have to win by more than 10. It doesn't even make sense. All right. On to our last 1 o'clock game. Sean, I'll let you do this. Indy is traveling to Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by 2.5 still. Who do you like?
All right. So today is the one day I'm going to give you this for daily fantasy. Take every Tennessee player you can. Indy's passing defense is like watching a dumpster fire on top of a dumpster fire. It is the worst thing to ever. Well, it's exciting to watch because you just watch, like, last week they made Trevor Lawrence look like Peyton Manning. So that shows you at least exactly where we're coming from. Tennessee today, I don't know how it's 2.5. It should be much higher because Indy defensively is not a good team at all, ever.
Okay, you go with
You know what
Tennessee.
they look like?
Yep.
It's like watching the director's cut of Joker Part 2.
You know, I haven't gone
Just
seen
a
that.
long go. Oh, do yourself a favor.
Don't. I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people tell me not to. I heard a lot of people say that the movie's trying to make fun of the people that like the first one.
Yeah.
Like that's his inside jab.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just take that money and give it to us. Let us
Exactly.
the four of us. Just give us that money. Let us make a movie. We don't know about what, but I guarantee it'll be better. Matt, who do you like in this game?
I don't like anything in this game. I love it. Tennessee all day.
Bang. Ray?
I have to say Tennessee too. I really love Tennessee in this game. Will Levis back on the center. I just like the kid. I do. There's something about him I like. He makes stupid mistakes, but he makes those stupid mistakes, and he's not afraid. I like the kid. Flacco is playing for the Colts. If it was Richardson, it would be a slam dunk. Taking Tennessee, Flacco gives them a little bit more, but the running game isn't the same without Taylor. And as he said, their defense is awful. And Tennessee's pass defense is one of the best in the league. So I'm going to take Tennessee at home, given 2.5. I have a 2.5, and I love the under in this game. Love the under in this game.
Love cats. Before I get my pick one full PPR. Coleman, Shakir, if he plays, or Dubs.
Ooh. If Shakir plays, I would probably go that way. But Dubs, he's coming back from being suspended, so they could make a point to give him more passes today. So I would probably maybe go towards Dubs because you don't know about Shakir, and that's a Monday night game if I'm mistaken. So it may be too late for you to. And Coleman, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get from him. He doesn't have the consistency. Shakir's the number one receiver on that team. So if he plays, you probably want to go in that direction. But, I mean, Dubs coming back after a suspension, I think they make it a point to get him the ball today.
Yeah, I think it's risky waiting on somebody on a Monday night.
It is.
Wrong with them, if I'm just saying something.
I think Shakir's the only one out of all of them that has been double digits every game. But, again, like you said, Monday night game, very risk reward.
It is. As far as the Indy versus Tennessee, I myself like Tennessee at home, only favored by 2.5. Makes. And then we move on to the Sunday night game and the 2 Monday nights, which I still can't. The 1 Monday night, which I'm glad it's down to 1 Monday night. We have 3 locks for today. They're all 1 o'clock games. Green Bay minus 5.5, the Texans minus 6.5. And the Titans minus 2.5. I'll put those up in a second. And then we're going to move on to the Sunday night game. Oh, crapola. All right, Ray, I'm going to let you go first because that'll give me time to type this. And then when I say what I got to say, I can cut out the swear words. Ray, the Bengals are traveling to MetLife Stadium to play the Giants. The Bengals are favored by 3.5. There is no Malik Neighbors.
No Thibodeau, right? Thibodeau's
not worried about that. Go ahead. But no Thibodeau. Yeah, no Thibodeau. He up 4 games. Who do you like?
I like the Giants here. The reason I like the Giants, Danny Dimes, if I told you he was the 9th ranked quarterback in EPA so far this season, you'd probably tell me I was, smoking weed or something like that. You know what? No Neighbors, no problem. Darius Slayton steps into that role. Plug and play, great fantasy start this week. Cincy, they're putting up the numbers, but they're not putting the wins. There's something wrong with that team, and I think it goes down to the coach. I'm going to take the Giants here at home, getting 3.5. You're going to give them 3.5. Tyrone Tracy. I don't think Singletary's going to get that job back. I really don't. The kid looked unbelievable. He just adds a spark to that offense. They have some young weapons. I like the Giants here. I do think it's a high-scoring game.
So here's the thing, right? The question everyone's going to ask is, can the Giants get home in this game? Can they put pressure on Joe Burrows and make this a game, right? Because I honestly think the Giants' offensive line has been playing fantastic for the Giants. Like Illuminor it's been like no pressures on like last, I don't know how many snaps. It's ridiculous. He's playing lights out. However, people are worried because we lost Thibodeau. What if I told you that when healthy, in which he is currently, that Aziz Oja injury is a better pass rusher than Thibs. He's got 1 sack. Thibs has got 2 on the season. Thibs has outplayed him by snaps ridiculously. His percentage is more around the quarterback than almost anybody but Burns. I think with Aziz Ojulari in there in a replacement, he's going to have, if you can get him 1 sack or more, if they have anything on there about Aziz on that you can bet on, Ojulari will have 1 sack. And Dexter Lawrence is on pace to be like defensive MVP. He's just ridiculous what he's got for stats. With all that said, I hate the Giants in the sense that I don't trust those bastards. When you put Danny on prime time, we suck. And I can come up with 100 reasons why we should win. I can say, oh my God, we should win because of this. We should win because of that. And you know what? I got to go against my New York Giants and take the Bengals because I don't believe it yet. I think Danny has a good day today. I just don't know if we can keep up with them. Like, I think if they just stop passing, and we get into one of those things, there is no Malik. Slayton's as good as Slayton can be. I like the Giants to win this game in my own head, in my heart. But when it comes to betting, I got to go with the Bengals. Sean?
Yeah, I'll tell you, like Dark Helmet before him, Joe Burrow is surrounded by assholes.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yeah, and it's just getting ridiculous because you think about it, he'd be an MVP candidate if his team was like playing up to where he's playing. And it's ridiculous at this point. However, he also likes to beat up on Sister Mary of the Poor. So I see the Giants this game without Neighbors, not being able to keep up with Cincinnati, that is getting healthier. So I'm taking Cincinnati in this one.
All right. Ray, who do you like? Never mind. Maddie, who do you like?
I'm going to echo Brother Ray once again in this segment. I feel like this is a treat. I don't know if the Giants win the game, but I know they cover that spread. I know that.
So you know what's scary is that you three like the Giants, and I don't. That should alarm you a little bit. That it doesn't sit well with me this game. It doesn't. I can see us getting beat, freaking 42-10, and Danny sitting sad on the sidelines again. And all of a sudden, in the media tomorrow, we got to get rid of him again because every other week it's a different thing with Giant fans. That's how we are. So unfortunately, I can't agree with you three. Let's go on to Monday night and wrap this up. Ray, start with you again. Buffalo is favored by 2.5 over the Jets. They stink. Jets. Here's what I don't get right. This is my second. Me personally, I had 2 locks of the week: Green Bay, and this next thing I'm gonna throw at you. How do you favor the Bills 2.5 Monday night on the road with a Jets team that's going to play their asses off for the next coach, especially Rodgers, douchebag mode is in effect, to show that they didn't need him, that they're better off without him. Rodgers wants to show that on national TV. I got to go with the Jets. I don't care what anyone's saying with the whole game. I know Josh Allen. I know how good the Bills are. I don't care. You don't replace a coach mid-season like that and play Monday night, and then I'm going to go with the Jets, Jets, right?
Yeah, there's no question. If you look at the Jets on paper, they are talented, okay? The biggest thing for me was the fact that Hackett is not going to be the offensive coordinator anymore. That's all I needed to hear. The head coach, Saleh, whatever, when I heard Hackett wasn't going to be calling the plays this week, that got me on board. You look at the talent they have, I'd argue they have more talent than the Bills do on offense.
Oh, without a doubt.
At the quarterback position. I mean, Allen's better than Rodgers right now. But everywhere else, running back, wide receiver.
Maybe not tight end.
Well, now I'll give Kincaid over the Jets. But still, in their defense, I mean, they still have a solid defense. So I love the Jets at home. You know that place is going to be rocking. Yeah, I mean, this is a trap game for the Bills. I love the Jets.
Me
love,
too.
love.
I think this douchebag move. Rodgers will pull a douchebag move. Sean, what do you like?
Yeah, well, just like the Jets GM, Oscar, I love trash. So I'm going to go with.
Oh, hey, he's going to go with, and he went. What happened? Did you say I'm going to go with? And then he went?
That was he dropped the mic.
I'm going to go with Matt. We'll wait for his pick. Who do you like in this game, Buffalo or the Jets?
I'm in agreement again. I love the Jets. I think this is a trap game all day. And even when we're speaking of tight end, right? You got Conklin versus Kincaid. Who's being used correctly? Conklin.
Yeah.
So it shows you that, at least Rodgers is getting more out of Conklin than Kincaid, and you would think that the offense would be going through Kincaid. I think that the Bills have a tough mountain to climb up against that Jets defense, for sure.
I wonder who Sean picked. Does anybody know who Sean picked?
No, we were waiting.
What's his pick? What's your pick? All right, let's see if he comes back on. I lost power. I'm taking the Jets, which makes it official. Guys, that makes 4 locks we got total. We got 3 on the 1 o'clock games with the Packers, the Texans, and the Titans. And then on Monday night, put some money on the Jets. I'm gonna say I would put it on the money line. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't know if you think the 2.5 makes a difference. I think the Jets win the game. So go by the spread. But me personally, I outright, I think. So they're getting 2.5. All right, Ray, any last minute fantasy advice you want to give?
Absolutely. We talked about Darius Slayton. I think he's a great start today. Someone you're not hearing about, Xavier Hutchinson for the Texans. He's going to slide into Nico's role. It's not going to be Tank Dell. It's going to be Xavier Hutchinson. He will have a touchdown today. Bet it. It's an easy bet. I also like Zach Ertz today. We talked about him. Kamani Vidal with the Chargers. Okay. Gus Edwards is out. Kamani steps in. Dobbins has been slowing down. They're going to give this kid the ball today, and he's going to become a mainstay on that offense. So if he's available in your leagues, you want to add him right now. Kamani Vidal. Also, Audric Estime. And I'm really mad because somebody stole him in one of our leagues, King. Today, I was thinking of picking him up. He is going to take over that offense.
Was it Steve?
Yeah, it was Steve. He's going to take over. He's going to take over. This kid is unbelievable college resume. Peyton loves backs like this. He is going to play today, and eventually he is going to be the starter on that team. We talked about Trey Tucker, talked about Tyrone Tracy, the other guy, sneaky guy from Carolina, Jalen Coker, okay? Holy Cross. Steve Smith said he was the best route runner coming out in the draft. I have to agree with him.
Don't sleep on Xavier Legette, though. Xavier Legette is a beast.
This kid's a better route runner. He's a better route runner. He's about 6'2", 210, good size. This kid is going to make some noise, all right? And we talked about Spencer Rattler. So, yeah, there's still some guys out there, but Kamani Vidal, Audric Estime, for the rest of the year, go out and grab them right now.
Maddie, any last words?
Any last words? I hope I have more than a few last words. Good luck to everybody today. If they need some advice, hit me up. I'm always free. At first, that is.
I just got that. All right. So, Matt, I'm going to tell you this. I think there's some really good games on today, and there's some horrible games on today. Ray, I have a question for you to end this with. I am sitting. Let's see. Here's who I'm starting with. I'm going with. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Montgomery and Swift is my running backs, and I'm going with 5 wide receivers. I'm going with Cooper, Mike Evans, Legette, Darius Slayton, and Jalen Tolbert. I picked up Theo Johnson from the Giants because I think he scores tonight. Because Danny targeted him way too many times last time for him not to score. And I got the Giants defense, which produces sacks. Is there anybody there, Ray, that I should just stay away from? Or
Well, Swift is playing right now, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Like 90 yards, something like that. Who are the wide receivers again?
Cooper, Evans, Leggett, Slayton, and Tolbert.
I would probably start Slayton over Tolbert. You always have to start Evans against Lattimore because those guys love to go at it.
I'm starting all 5 of them.
Yeah, I think it sounds good. So again, Tolbert is going to get a lot of reps today, and he is going to be a target. So yeah, I don't know who else you have on the bench that would be better than those guys. And Swift.
Williams.
Who?
Javonte Williams.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum, and I think it's the beginning of the end for him. I think Estime and McLaughlin's already outpacing him and getting touchdowns. They wanted Batty to replace him. They were going to give him the shot. Now that Estime's back, I don't see any use for him, to be honest.
Yeah, those are my worries. All right, let me wrap it up like this. For Mastradamus, for Captain Picard, for Brother Ray, it is me, Mike Leopard King, Mike L. This is Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com for October 13th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. Good luck with the locks. I mean, they're locks, so good luck with them.